Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning, isn't it? Well, inspiration comes in different ways, and we try as much as possible to inspire your day and help you start your week brightly. Now, the show is Wake Up Nigeria, of course, and we are licensed to thrill you with top-notch television content, specially curated just for you. Now, don't wonder too much. I'm not alone here. Winfrey is in the kitchen. How you doing today, honey?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you. It's the start of a beautiful day. It's another Monday morning, and I'm excited, Mary. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I can hear the excitement in your voice.
Right?
Because I've had a great weekend, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it was a weekend, so yeah, of course, I can't complain. It was good. It was good.
Nice. Well, as always, we hope to help you kickstart your day by sprinkling just the right dose of premium family entertainment. And yes, the new week is a new chapter and an opportunity for you to be in control of your own narrative. So tell a new story about yourself today. I'm sure you agree, Winfrey.
Yes, of course. I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a new Monday. Definitely looking forward to having a very, very blessed day, week. I mean, it's a new week. You know how it is now when it's a new week. So, of course, we have so much packed for everyone today. So, guys, you definitely want to start that Monday with us right here on Wake Up Nigeria, your all-time favorite breakfast show on Nigerian television. So make sure you do everything you do. Follow us on all social media platforms to get the best of today.
Now, remember, you can watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world. And that's through our mobile app, which you can download from the Google Play Store or iOS, okay? And of course, you can watch us on GOTV channel 16 and on UHF band 49. So many ways to get in touch with us. Follow us across all social media platforms at TVC Entertainment _. All right, let's tell you what we have lined up for you this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Lateef Olayiwola Edu is professionally known as Larry, and his Afro Reggae band boasts an extensive educational background. He will be on the show this morning, and we are looking forward to this. We really are. Now, Dr. Francis Adesina is an iconoclast, a life and brand strategist, an industry disruptor, a builder, a reformer, so many persons in one, and he will be motivating us this morning on the show. Of course, we have our SME segment, and today our guest is Sandra. Now, Sandra of Solar Solutions will be on the show this morning, and we are keeping our fingers crossed for that conversation.
Right, yeah, Monday morning.
Yeah.
Guess what is just, we just woke up to a Monday morning to hear.
My hair is matching your suit.
Oh, is it?
Your
That's what we woke up to do. Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
See it?
What is
Just woke up to hear that a fuel scarcity is on the way, and that is because
720.
Yeah, depots have raised the price to 720 per litre.
That means we are going to be buying that.
Yeah.
So
It's
I have
already
an
crazy
issue
in
with
Abuja.
increasing your price.
Yeah.
And still giving people stress.
So that's
Like,
the thing.
you know the painful part, the period of stress, people are still going to buy it more than that 720.
So that's the thing now.
That's the problem.
The stress is the conditioning.
Ah.
They have to condition your mind to feel that it's scarce. So that by the time you see it, if they say it's 1.5, you buy it, you not think twice.
Well, that's wickedness.
It's tough.
I remember when it was 185. That's the same way during
I remember when it was
scarcity, you buy
83.
it 500 naira.
83.
You buy it 600.
83 naira.
Which probably made them decide that if people can buy it during fuel scarcity for this amount,
Yeah, they can buy it.
normally.
Yeah.
And also, one other thing that they do is that when there's a hike coming up, they hoard the older stock.
Yeah, the other stock.
So that it's low, the one they got at a lower price.
Yes.
So that when the price goes
They will
up,
sell everything at the
sell
same,
everything,
at the higher
Right.
price.
Well, we'll have updates on that and much more on the show today. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Messikeno. President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected chairman of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government for a second term. He was re-elected at the closed-door session of the 65th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Authority in Abuja. Moyo Thomas reports.
Authority of Heads of State and Government at a closed-door meeting elected President Bola Tinubu to continue as the chair of the authority, which he accepts. President of Senegal was also given a mandate to mediate between ECOWAS and the three withdrawing countries. At the end of the session, the president of the ECOWAS Commission spoke with journalists on the resolution of the authority on funding of the activation of the standby force.
The experts from our ministries of finance will convene within the next 3 months to decide and to assess the various possibilities of raising internal resources to fund the peace and security operations that the community will undertake. There is no specific formula yet. Let us wait for the outcome of the expert consultation.
He also spoke about the state of the eco currency of the region and other issues.
Time frame given for the launch of the single currency is 2027, provided the various convergence criteria are met. The challenge is meeting those convergence criteria, and member states are encouraged to work on those criteria. So the time frame for now is 2027, and until the heads of state change that time frame, we will go by that.
On humanitarian efforts, the president says ECOWAS has made a provision of about $9 million to support displaced people in the region and another $4 million to support countries hosting some of the displaced persons. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
The Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions and Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have directed their members across the country to mobilize for a nationwide protest. This development follows the recent deliberation between the Ministers of Education and Labour and the Joint Action Committee of both bodies. According to the unions, the protest will commence on 9th of July across the state chapters, and the national protest will be held in Abuja on 18th of July. The circular was jointly signed by the General Secretary of NASU and National President of SANU. Now, early projections in France's snap elections show victory for the left-wing alliance New Popular Front. Exit polls also show that far-right National Rally has failed to win a majority in the parliamentary elections. RN leader Jordan Bardella believes France had been deprived of National Rally victory and pushed towards uncertainty and instability. Prime Minister Gabriel Attal has said he will submit his resignation to President Emmanuel Macron. Now, speaking at a press conference following the projected results, Prime Minister Attal mentioned that he recognizes that it was an unprecedented political situation that will plunge many into uncertainty. The elections are the second round of voting in the snap elections called by President Macron a month ago. And that wraps it up on sports and the news for this hour. We'll take a recess. Stay with us. We will be back in a jiffy. Monday, quite a lot happened because we're not here Saturday, Sunday, and you know...
Just 2 days.
There's a lot to catch up.
In 2 days.
When there's...
It's like...
2 days is weekend. There's Wambe, there's scandals, there's many things. Many things. But like we mentioned a bit earlier, waking up to this news and waking up to the news of depot price rising from 6.30 to 7.20, and then considering that just about a few weeks back, the richest black man had alleged that there was some sort of a sabotage when it comes to fuel production because, you know, the crude oil, because of importation, like local crude, he wasn't able to get local crude, so he was importing crude. You know, there's quite a lot about all of this that is just going on. And I'm wondering that we now have the largest refinery in the world here. A lot of things are, diesel price came down because that is supplying. And you cannot have oil naturally. Okay, let me just say this. Over the weekend, yes, I saw something quite interesting. And it's not like I don't know, but it was put up in the form of a reel on Instagram. And it spoke about the strongest currencies in the world. And the first 5 of them, of course, dollar is not there, pound is not there. There are currencies that are worth 2 times the pound.
Yes.
And I noticed something along the thread of most of these currencies. They are from countries that have natural resources added to whatever they have, and Nigeria was there once. So these countries, they have so much, and then they add intellectualism with it. And so it's almost impossible for you, with intellectuals alone, and not some natural blessings, to come close to them. There are currencies that are times 2.6 more than the pound and the dollar.
Nigeria's problems are many. I've always said it that the biggest problem Nigeria has are its people, Nigerians themselves. Because there's always that thing of, taking advantage of opportunities. Now, some people might say, they're opportunistic, and then some people might say, it's just business. But the ripple effect is always there. When the market woman takes advantage of the customers, at the end of the day, the ripple effect still comes back to not just the market woman herself, but to everyone around her.
Yeah.
So the thing with Nigerians is we always think, come on, this is my business. Now where we they work, we they chop. And so because of that, we take advantage of any situation in the country. We hike prices, we hoard items, like what is happening now, because yes, for scarcity. If you're just leaving your house or you're planning to leave home, keep in mind that you might have a bit of difficulty purchasing fuel this morning. Not because the filling stations do not have fuel, but because they are hoarding it so the prices, when they go up, they can at least maximize profit. And it is very unfortunate.
From
it
yesterday,
is a regular
Saturday,
thing that happens here.
From Saturday, I'd already seen that a lot of stations were locked down.
Yes,
From
of course.
Saturday.
Yes, from Saturday.
When I came out on Saturday, I knew that, and then it just so happens that at times it's just very random. Some stations just don't, and then maybe you see that there's supply.
Together,
But it's almost like crying wolves somehow. So you just see them, they'll do small, they'll come back. So, But this time around, from Saturday, I already started seeing, and then we see this one on a Sunday morning. It so happens that our president was just, like we mentioned in the news, was just re-elected the head of ECOWAS, and we do have a responsibility as it's okay, I don't know if I say giant of Africa, so people, we should be the giant of Africa, as it were. We do have a responsibility to lead. Because, do you remember a few weeks back when they said power supply to, was it Togo and Benin, were cut off from Nigeria, or even Ghana. Yes, Ghana.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Ghana
okay,
in particular.
yes, that's where we should be looking up to. We should be the ones who, when they say, what's that? I'm looking for a local proverb that when is it the elephant sneezes or something?
When
the
elephant,
the forest will catch you cold.
When two elephants fight, the grass
No, not that one. The one about not that one. The one about when the elephant should sneeze, the forest will catch you cold. Because of how much, when you look at the ecosystem and how much we are the ones who should lead the way.
Our elephants, obviously, they have a flu, a permanent flu. It's just to be praying for
and the grid only, when you mentioned the grid, by the time the grid collapsed, some people still had lights. At the end of the time,
before the grid collapsed, some people did not have lights.
Like her?
Like me. Seriously, we've not had lights since like Monday.
What band are you?
Like I don't even know at this point.
Band F.
The band. I think we're dangling.
No,
band F is, we don't have band for
since like Monday last week, no light at all. Like at all. So funny enough, when the grid collapse situation came out, so my husband thought it was a situation of where, the grid had always collapsed and we're just getting to. I'm like, no. We're not on the grid. I don't think
is it
because
even
now that is
or
so that's the thing we don't. So normally they actually send a circular around, but now we don't even know. No circular was sent. Nobody seems to know what's literally going on. So now with the grid collapse, I'm like, okay, I was even having hopes that at least bad is 1 week now to give us lights. So after the collapse, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's not even think about that and all of that. Still no lights and all of that. So it's just funny. So because yesterday I had the same conversation with my husband talking about, okay, why? And of course, Halima literally, one of our producers, literally just mentioned it again. Why does it seem as if the grid collapse kind of coincides with hiking price? Fuel price. So it just seems as if it's kind of.
No, if you look at it, there's a pattern. Yes. Yeah. If you look at it, it's not really. It's not. You wouldn't say a theory per se. If you see a pattern.
A pattern.
And then when it has happened once, it's happened twice, it's happened thrice, and then you start thinking that how are people? And then we live in a country where, like you said, a lot of people take advantage of situations to make extra money.
Yeah.
And so it does happen that how does this always happen? How does this always happen?
I mean, if I really should think about it, it makes sense because there's no lights. People literally are running homes, running businesses. They definitely need power, so they have to buy the fuel. So it kind of drives the market in a certain direction.
What I find really worrisome about all of this is the fact that it always seems like when these things are happening, people get away with it. We have,
Yes.
I keep mentioning the Price Regulatory Commission. I keep mentioning, you know, agencies that are supposed to dig deep into all of these things, probe, honestly, do it, you know, conduct a very honest probe as to what is going on. And I do not think the work is being done the way it's supposed to be done. This is my personal opinion. I believe that a lot more could be done. Like, I cannot wake up in the morning and decide to peg a price on something and then get away with it without anybody questioning me as to how.
To be honest, Mary, as much as I feel your grief and I feel everything you're talking
Grief,
about,
okay.
right? No, I feel your pain now. I mean, we are here. I mean, it makes sense. Why should literally marketers literally just wake up and put any price they want and then it's either you buy it or you leave? It doesn't make sense. However, I feel that behavior is being enabled. Let's bring it back to the grid collapse. In the past 6 months, our grid has collapsed a number of times. We are not hearing that anyone is taking a fall for it. We're not hearing that anyone is being held accountable for it. It's just like, okay, the grid collapsed. Okay, sorry, we have put it back together now.
Yeah, move on.
If people are literally like being I don't know, held accountable and proper. See,
Yes,
do you understand? It's like, okay, fine, what is causing it? Is there even are we even trying to find out why it's repeatedly happening?
As a country, we are generating, what, maximum of 4.5 GW of power, right? We have some countries
Exactly.
where
So,
they are
I mean,
shutting down power plants because they are generating too much electricity.
Too much.
My head won't blow.
And you know,
make
I
any
find it
sense.
worrisome that
Doesn't
for a
make
long
any
time, Nigeria has been supplying neighboring countries. Yet, the Nigeria itself does not have enough power supply. There are so many things to consider, and I really hope something is done about this. The least people can get
If people know
to
that
make life easy,
Nah,
electricity. Like, electricity it should be basic
just
because a lot of
collapsing
things
and uncollapsing.
surround and involve the usage of electricity. It's the least we could have.
If they put the military to charge to let's
Okay,
this bridge should collapse
at this
again,
point,
let's see what seriously if someone's actually taking the fall for it. Really, so if you know your job, your livelihood, and maybe your life is at risk, you will make sure that grid does not collapse. But there is Nigeria we are in.
This grid is
takes
collapsing.
responsibility.
Maybe it's milk and malt will give the grid.
Ugu leave.
And
That
Ugu
is the
leave,
best now.
yes,
Rectify
fresh
the-
one.
Right, what are your
Blood can
thoughts?
come
Just
back.
let us know in the comments. We'll be back after this time out. Well, on Mondays, you know how we do it. It's our SME segment. On the show this morning, we have Sandra Chukwudozie. She is the CEO of Sulphur Energy on a mission to deepen access to affordable solar solutions in Nigeria's poorest communities. Other communities also need solar, because as it is now, this morning we started talking about the grid failure. So I think it's quite interesting that is our guest today. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Sandra, I love you. You are smiling now. You look like you brought more light into this place. Let's talk about the solar journey. Yeah. When did you start? You started about 7 years ago.
Yes,
talk to us how this journey started for you.
7 years ago, 2017. And for me, I was a young person. I worked at the UN in New York.
Okay.
And it was in 2015 when the SDG goals were being launched. And at that time, you know, energy began to mean clean, affordable, and accessible. And I thought to myself, why don't I come back home and usher in this change? And that led my journey.
You know, talking about people that come to usher in change, we've had lots of people that way, and it seems like staying power. This country has a way of sucking into your staying power. How have you been able to stay this long in spite of the innumerable challenges that I know you definitely have faced? How have you been able to stay this long?
The challenges are many. I mean, we've had COVID, we've had this galloping inflation, we've had a lot of things, devaluation of currency. But the thing that I've tried to incubate in my company is something called the alpha spirit. We call ourselves alphas because we are people that, despite the odds, we have the audacity to fight with our hearts. You know, when the odds are stacked against you, that is the mindset. We cannot give up, and that's what has helped our company.
And you see, doing this, Africa is you would say we are heliocentric, as it were. The solar, the sun really shines down on Africa, but we've not been able to take advantage of that.
Yes.
You know, the prices are quite too high when you talk about solar. I mean, something that would go for, say, 800,000 or something to someone, and I wanted to get it, so that was going for almost 2 million now, and all of that. How have you been able, and then you say you are supplying to the poorest communities, how have you been able to, in quotes, bridge that gap when it comes to inflation, like you said, devaluation of currency, and then these things are sourced, they're not sourced locally. Most of the components that we need to create solar are not sourced locally. How are you able to bridge that divide and try to make it available to the poorest communities?
So let's look at it this way, right? What is an alternative for solar? It's petrol. And how has petrol been, you know, funded over the years? It's through subsidy. Right? Now, what we've seen is that we've had that subsidy removed and petrol costs have gone up 3 times. And what that means is that people are spending triple the amount they would spend to fuel generators compared to solar. So if you look at solar now, it's cheaper. The only thing is that if you combine how much somebody spends in a month or a day, 5K per day, right, on following their business, multiplied by 25 days, it's about 150, right? So by 12, you're getting to 1.5, 1.8. And a solar system that will power you in that sense goes for about 1.5 million naira.
So, but that's where the challenge is now. That money as a whole, people don't have it.
Exactly.
And so it comes into plans now. Do you have it? Do you have such a plan?
So what we do is that we work with financiers who actually help all our customers get banked. The challenge that we see is that most people in Nigeria, the poor people, don't have collaterals to be able to ensure that they can buy these products through financing. So we work with lenders, banks that can target these people and bank them, and then really then begin to finance them. And you can find them in, you know, the local women association, the teachers association, things like that.
And they don't need collateral.
So because these banks understand how these people trade, they go to their unions, they collect money from them weekly. Some of them do a job. So it's really understanding how these customers think.
So you're saying now you work with the organizations that put these women, that coordinate them in such a way. So you don't need to get collateral from the individuals directly.
So the banks and the cooperatives understand how to finance these customers. Our job is to distribute the products and they finance the customers. Yes.
All right. And how has this worked so far when it comes to that model? Have they been keeping up to their...
Oh, absolutely. So currently as it stands, we're in all 36 states in Nigeria. And that's because we work with partners, we work with banks who have that spread and who allow us then go for meetings with these kinds of customers. And we're then able to penetrate and meet them faster. And that's why it's important to work with partners, because if we did it on our own, it would have been a lot tricky to finance them, to find them, to educate them. Because we're coming as a team, people are then being able to understand that, oh, I mean, if someone can sell this product and say, you know, I've used this before, it works for me, it can work for you as well. So that's how we've been able to really package it.
Apart from these organizations and these cooperatives and all of that, for average people, average folks, maybe salary earners who want to access what you do, you know, your plans and all of that, do they need collateral? If I'm a salary earner and I want to get from here and I want to get on a plan, can I get it on a plan?
Yes, you can. You can.
How do I go about that?
So you get a loan from your bank. So many banks offer that.
Okay.
Right? Many
okay,
banks.
You get a loan from the bank and then you repay to the bank.
Exactly.
Okay, it's not like I can have a direct plan with you where I can repay you and all of that. And so
yes, so the bank will handle that.
The bank will handle that.
Yes.
Wow. And moving forward so far, when you project, how do you see the business in the next 5, 10 years, your future projections?
So solar now is providing power to millions of people. And as my company, we've looked at the value chain. We need to localize that value chain. And it led us to set up our assembly facility in Nigeria. And that facility is to allow us to assemble solar products, fans for homes and businesses. But then we're looking not just at the products that we assemble, but at the people who are at the forefront. We're looking at women who, traditionally speaking, would be overlooked in certain roles that are technical and engineering. So our goal is to ensure that we train and incubate and mentor the talent of Nigeria and Africa to ensure that we domesticate research in our country. We also ensure after sales of these products, because we have millions of products being churned out. How can we ensure that these products can last and give that promise of, I've put in so much money into purchasing it, I can repair it, I can maintain it. And that's what we are looking at when we look, you know, years ahead. Apart from that as well, also going deeper and distributing. In rural areas in Nigeria, we don't have access to energy. It's a shame. And it's something that solar can provide, because solar is very decentralized. It's portable. You can move it anywhere, into any location, compared to you having to wait for the national grid to come into that location. So distribution, assembly, and all that.
All right, we are here wishing you the best. And just keep doing what you're doing. We need more of solar energy all around, and hopefully it's more accessible to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's head over to Mary, of course, who's in the kitchen. Mary, how far is breakfast going?
Thank you very much, Mike. Welcome again to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Breakfast is being prepared this morning, and it's quite easy, if you ask me. Talking about Egusi Ijebu, and this, of course, is being made by Chef Busola of Fusab Kitchens. Okay, so Egusi Ijebu, so far so good. What have we done?
Okay, I told you earlier time that I want I want it to be boiled a little bit.
Okay.
After that.
Okay, so we actually first put water.
Can't you see that now?
Yeah. So we put water, then we put palm oil.
We now put palm oil.
Then we now poured in the blended egusi. Okay. Yeah.
Now we are going on to put our ogiri.
Okay.
Put inside a little water. We'll now blend it together very well.
Okay.
Because when you add it to it like that, it might not be dissolved. So
might not dissolve very well.
Very well, easily. So we now add.
Okay. So ogiri is a local seasoning.
It's a local seasoning made with melon.
Yeah.
And I'll add my
stock. Okay, so that's the beef stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you can see it didn't form at all.
Yeah.
So I add my little salt and my seasoning.
So it's going to be smooth like soup, like stew, more like. So you just dish it. So you can use it to eat rice.
You
can use it to eat
fufu.
Yes.
To eat eba. Eba.
So quite a number of things you can do with it.
And you add salt now.
Okay. You're adding seasoning cube as well?
Yeah, I've added seasoning cube.
Seasoning cubes, okay.
Salt to taste.
Okay.
Let now leave it just a little.
Okay.
Boiled. Now let me add my stockfish, because I want stockfish to to be soft.
Okay, okay.
So
It looks soft.
already, yeah.
Yeah, you must have done a lot. You boiled it?
Yeah, we boiled already.
Okay. You know what? Let's take a look at the ingredients we are making use of for the egusi ijebu, which is what we're having for breakfast this morning, okay? So the ingredients are on your screen right now. Egusi ijebu and eba. Talking about using egusi stockfish, smoked dry fish, assorted beef, dry pepper. That's a shombo. Palm oil, a gari, of course, for the eba, and then the seasoning that was being used for. You should also take note of the ogiri. We also made use of ogiri.
You
Yeah.
see the aroma now?
Yeah,
The
so
aroma
yes,
will
you
come
can
out from-
perceive the aroma. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone watching is curious because we said we're having egusi ijebu, right? And we're having eba. So at what point do these come into play? Why do we have these fruits and vegetables on
Because
the
it's
table?
breakfast, you
Okay.
understand? So as a person, I'll try to garnish with fruits. There is a fruit, this is lettuce, we have cucumber,
Okay,
contains vitamin C,
Okay.
and lettuce is good for the skin.
Okay.
We have
carrots,
carrot
and
for the eyes, and
grapes.
we have grapes.
Okay, so we are using this to garnish on the side so that as
Yeah.
you're having your egusi and eba, you can also ensure that you're having a proper balanced diet. So instead of a glass of juice, you munch on this, the fiber as well. It will help fill you up, and of course, it's healthy. Mm?
Yep.
So later we're going to put all of these in.
Yes.
Which goes in first? The
I eat-
fish?
I eat back.
Okay,
I-
okay. So the fish goes in first, or
The beef.
The beef goes
We
in
add the
first.
fish, it might scattered.
Okay.
So let me add the beef.
Okay, so the beef then. Okay, we'll continue with our cooking process, not to worry. Of course, you're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. We've reached the top of the hour. We'll be back on the other side. We hope you stay with us. It's good to know you're right there watching Wake Up Nigeria. Refreshing is the best way to describe the first 1 hour of the most exciting family breakfast show on Nigerian television. We need no further introductions, I'll do it. Well, the show is Wake Up Nigeria. If you're tuning in for the very first time, the anchors are marvelous, if I do say so myself. The chefs are really awesome. And we could go on and on to talk about the wonderful array of guests. However, time is ticking, and of course, we are on the clock. 45 minutes is what we have left, but do not fret, there is enough time for us to have a good time on the show. And talking about time, do not miss out on what we have in store for you. So grab a seat, stay tight. My name is Mary Bashua Alimi. Now, of course, remember you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms, just so you can be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television. Remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world, and that's through our mobile app, which you can download from the Google Play Store or iOS, all right? Watch us on GOTV channel 16 and on UHF channel 49. We also implore you to follow us across all social media handles, Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram, all the works at TVC Entertainment _. Now let's tell you what we have lined up for you this hour. Lateef Olayiwola Edun, professionally known as Larry, and his Afro-Reggae band boasts an extensive educational background and so much more. We're looking forward to this performance. Then, of course, we're having Dr. Francis Adeshino on the show today to motivate us. He, an iconalist, a life reformer, so many things that makes up this person. We cannot wait to have the conversation. Now we head straight to the kitchen to see what's going on with breakfast.
Something very yummy is cooking with our chef today. Hi, chef. How you doing? Okay, I've never seen this. I've made egusi
did I
soup,
say?
but in my entire life, I've never seen this method of egusi soup before. It really looks different, and definitely smells like it's gonna taste really good. Okay, so now tell me, how far? Where are we? What are we doing now?
Now I've added this smoked fish.
Okay.
Smoked fish is
So I just
it's
glided over you.
Eja Obokun
Okay.
from
Okay.
Ekpe.
Okay.
Bought it from Ekpe, now smoked it. It's fresh fish.
Fresh fish.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
now
been
it's
smoked.
smoked.
Nice.
So
Okay.
it's not ice.
All right. All right. Tell me what's happening in that
I want
pot.
to make heba. I want to make my heba
Okay.
direct from
On the fire.
the
Okay.
fire.
All right. That's another method that probably we'll be trying soon.
And one thing is that you will not use much gari
Okay.
as you need on the. You want to do it. Just that one is boiled.
Oh,
This one
okay.
not much gari.
All right. And we're using white. Our gari is white.
Otherwise, you can use yellow gari too.
Okay. Ooh, and we're turning it straight as if we're turning semo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I need more gari. I'm going to do it now.
All right.
I need more gari, please.
While we're making that, can we talk about this egusi? Now, did you blend it for a particular reason?
I blended it. I need more gari, please.
You need more gari. Where can I help you get that?
There's there. Is that inside there?
Oh, yes. Here it is. Yes.
Solid.
Can I pour it straight for you?
pour it
On the plates? Okay. All right. In case you want to try this at home, the ingredients is right there on your screen. And for this egusi, jebu, and eba, you have egusi, of course, stockfish, smoked dry fish, assorted beef, dry pepper, shombo, palm oil, gari, and of course your seasoning. Very simple and direct recipe. And right now our egusi is literally cooked, and we literally have our eba on the fire being made. And of course it's been turned. We're turning our gari for effect. Thank you so much for staying with us on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. And it's a Monday morning. And of course, you know we have to motivate you so that the rest of your week is amazingly productive. And back again from last week, I have with me right now Dr. Francis Adeshino, who is a mind transformational coach. I mean, he has a very long bio, but to be honest, I think that's literally what's most important, considering the fact that we're actually having a conversation on motivation right now. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria, sir.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
Great.
All right. I mean, our topic today is one that is very, very interesting and intriguing, and something I really want to get into, considering the fact that we have 4 important steps we need to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So tell me again, what is the topic we're taking today?
How to move yourself from where you are to your desired future. So thinking your way into your desired future.
Thinking your way into I mean, we've heard a lot of things over the years about affirmations, about manifestation, about visualization. So is it the same? Are we along the same lines?
Yeah, we're along the same line, but it's quite deeper, clearer, more detailed,
all right,
or relatable,
okay,
and easy to practice.
Okay, so now tell me, easy to practice, that part. Okay, so now let's start from the very beginning. So now, if I want to think my way into being Oprah Winfrey, where do I start?
Wow. Fantastic. The first thing is to have a focus. Who is Oprah Winfrey?
Okay.
Her achievement, her journey, her pains, then the gains that the whole world celebrates. So that gain motivates you with excitement.
Okay.
But that won't come until you have a clear focus.
Okay. Okay.
Of who she is, where she is, and where you are going to.
Okay.
So the picture of that desired future must be your focus.
Must be my focus. So the first stage of thinking my way into being Oprah Winfrey is focus, right?
Yeah.
And I have to focus on my object, which is
Oprah Winfrey.
After I've done that, what do I do next?
Yeah. I think it's important to know the definition of focus so that it will be easy.
All right, okay.
So focus is just simply the change of your perspective and your perception of things. It means you're moving from where you are right now to a desired place.
Okay.
Or to a desired future. Okay. You want to feature in that future, so you need to have a change of focus.
All right. All right, great. So now I've gotten the idea, I've gotten the picture now. Oprah Winfrey is my target, right? Or maybe even beyond her, right? And that is my picture, that is my focus. So after I do that, what do I have to do next?
The next is concentration.
Okay.
So concentration occurs when focus matures. I'll explain. Focus is just that momentary change of view.
Okay, okay.
I'm living in Makoko, for example. I want to live on the island or in Banana Island. You understand? In my mind, I'll stop living in Makoko. I'll start seeing the pictures of Banana Island. Maybe I have a picture just on the wall. I'm waking up, I'm looking at that picture. That's focus. Concentration is quite different. Is the required duration that you have agreed or submit yourself to spend on that subject matter that you have tagged your focus. For example, I'm in secondary school. I want to go to the uni. My present state is secondary school. The moment I change my focus from secondary to the tertiary university, I need to get JAM. I have detached myself from everything secondary school. So the duration required to spend to pass JAM becomes that concentration.
Okay, okay,
So it does the cost of your time or investment in moving to your desired future.
I think, I mean, you speaking about it in this way as regards education now, it's kind of, it's clear, right? But it's interesting, and I would say funny, how after a certain level, after a certain point, a lot of people kind of just miss it. Because, I mean, for primary school, there's a linear arrangement already. Secondary school, you know the way it's meant to go from secondary to uni. But after the university, after you've gotten that degree, it's almost as if, okay, life just takes over. And people just, you understand, as regards keeping up the progression to the next level and all of that. Okay, so now I've gotten to that point where I realize, okay, fine, I need this level of concentration. So a question I asked you prior, so now concentration, is it fixed?
It's not fixed.
Or does it vary? Okay.
It varies. It depends on the size of your goal. For example, I have always, just on my doorpost, $10 billion.
All right.
In every doorpost, in every room.
Hey.
So every time I skip, I have also a goal for my health and fitness.
All right.
Life is divisible or compartmentalized into 12 aspects.
Okay.
It makes your life total and amazing if you now deploy this strategy or definition of thinking in those 4 levels.
All right.
You understand? For example, the mistake we do is we only have 2 goals at most in our lives, and most of the time it's financial goal. The ability to spread them and deploy this concept makes it powerful. For example, my target, $10 billion. I had a dream, I saw it, that I was giving a nation $10 billion.
All right.
You understand? That's my focus. So when I skip, I have a health and fitness goal, and that goal is I will always be 30 years younger than I look.
You will always be 30 years younger
than I look.
Okay.
I've just started that journey.
Okay.
And I'm looking younger. I have a daughter at 16. Do I look like somebody with?
Not at all. Nah, so when did you have this goal?
When did I set it?
When did you set this goal?
I think 4 or 5 years ago. And one beautiful thing about clarity of focus, it makes it easier to become. If it is clear, then there's a way universe makes it play out. You understand? If your goal is clear, if your target is clear, your direction is smooth.
It's smooth. Okay.
You understand?
Okay. So quickly, because we have very limited time. Concentration. Once to that point, the process it takes, the time and all of that. So it depends
on the size.
Depending on your size and depending on maybe what you're going for. And all of that. And then, so at that point of concentration, what else? What is the next step?
The purpose of concentration is awareness. The reason why you have to concentrate, take it back to the class, like the uni. The guy that left the secondary school in uni wants to become a medical doctor. The duration of concentration is 7 years. The purpose of that concentration is for him to get awareness.
Aware of what's the focus of the awareness?
Knowledge.
Knowledge, okay.
For example, a medical doctor, with his awareness, he will know somebody that has typhoid different from somebody that has cancer. He knows the medicine to give, so he's aware. Information, knowledge. The good book says if you multiply knowledge, you multiply grace. And grace makes you great, brings greatness to the table. And every goal has a measure of greatness that separates you from where you are to where you're going. That makes the future exciting.
All right.
So as you multiply knowledge, you increase in awareness concerning everything. Going back to the guy in Makoko that wants to live in Banana Island, with good concentration, most likely he will meet somebody that lives on Banana Island, have similar stories that could help through the journey.
Yes. So earlier we were having a conversation, you spoke about how concentration literally makes the things, brings the things you desire for that next level.
Exactly.
So tell me.
Yeah. For example,
laws of attraction.
Everything comes in.
Okay.
Everything comes to play. Magic happen because the more you increase knowledge in a particular area of focus, you have grace, and grace make the journey easy.
Easier. Okay.
Some even call grace when God takes your race, but it is in knowledge.
In knowledge.
You can't see any man they call a man of grace that is not knowledgeable in
about
that area.
something, yes,
You understand?
yes,
And it's a deliberate act.
Yes.
So each time you set a goal, you set yourself to learn. You set yourself to acquire knowledge. And as you do that, grace happen, magic happen, everything comes to play.
Comes
the right
together.
people comes into, you're in the right place. You understand?
Yeah, everything is working together
Exactly.
for your good,
So
literally.
that place is awareness,
Okay,
where
so now
all this knowledge
we're talking
comes.
about focus, concentration,
awareness, then finally,
it doesn't end there.
willpower.
Willpower. Okay,
Yes.
I thought everything was coming together. So where does willpower play?
Willpower
Yeah.
is when you because what knowledge does, it excites you, pumps you up, fuels you up to do what you need to do to make it happen.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So it sets the strategy. It makes actions happen. It brings somebody from maybe
And then when you identify the opportunity, the
Yeah.
willpower helps you go
for it.
for that opportunity.
You understand? Now you are transformed. You are another person. You understand? At that moment, it's called self-imaging, where you now become a new person. You have the confidence. You have the boldness. You can dare and jump into that future.
So I have a question, a final question to ask you,
Yeah.
which I think is interesting. So someone literally says that if I'm living in Makoko, I want to act like someone living in Banana Island, your neighbors will be gossiping you. What do you do about that?
Nothing. Do you really want to be there?
No.
Because your future, they won't be there.
They won't be there.
So start rehearsing,
Yeah.
not
So just
having them
ignore
around
them,
you.
blank them
Ignore
out.
them.
Halima, do you get that?
Yeah. Like I was actually living in Fagba.
Oh, wow.
You understand? Some
Yeah.
years ago. And all of a sudden I got something. And I realized that I need to be on the island. It's actually a scripture that says, tell the brethren to meet me in Galilee. Study what Galilee is for 3 months. That's concentration. Discover Galilee is on the island. Prosperous people live there. And I was meditating on those words. Then things started happening. Then from nowhere, somebody called me and said, we want you to partner because we also run a Read Land program. And from there, she said, you can't be doing this partnership. From there, then she gave us a property for free.
Free of charge. Amazing. I think it's amazing. Amazing
So
what
that's
you do.
how,
And of course, I love the fact that you're a living example of this.
Exactly.
And then next week, you definitely be here. And
Yeah.
hopefully before you're done with your session, someone will literally take that leap.
Thank you so much.
To your desired future. Thank you so much, sir, for
Wilfred.
being here.
I will also be interested in being part of that your journey.
No problem. We're here. We'll have a conversation right after. Chef, well done. Amazing. These are egusi. Is it Ijebu? No.
So
Say, Jim.
this
Egusi Ijebu. I even got it.
This looks How do you
It looks
Ramos?
very good.
In fact, Steve-O has
Mike,
just
I'm
been
unwrapping
eyeing-
it for you.
just be eyeing the something like that.
Let me unwrap it for Mike.
It looks so wonderful.
Yes, of course.
I would.
Mike, have you had this type of egusi before?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Really?
Something I know about this is that you can eat. You can take it with a bar. You can take it with rice. You can take it with fufu or something like that. You can
I
take
want
it
to
with.
feed you.
Yeah. No, you take it. No, you don't.
I
feed
say
me.
I'm going
Don't
to
feed
feed
me. I don't.
I'm going to, you will not reject
Don't
it.
cover me,
You will not reject. You know, I don't understand. I'm a married woman, don't worry. It does not matter. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah. Open your
You do
mouth.
it.
Open your mouth.
Ah.
Open your mouth. See, can you imagine? Hard guy. They cannot feed you food. Lovely. See, just take a look at that. Well done, chef. Mike, how does it taste?
Lovely. I like that neutralizing effect it gives in such a way that you can take it with rice, you can take it with
Yes,
whatever.
of course, yeah.
You know, you can even take it with bread.
You can do it with bread. Amazing. It looks it. I mean, definitely. I mean, we don't have
The
the
wood I would love to
vegetables
take
there.
this with
So for
Ijebu,
people that don't like
with,
seeing and eating
agege bread.
vegetable.
They would love to take it with agege bread.
Yes.
But chef, this is lovely. I love the taste.
Thank you very much, chef. Well done. You did great on your first day here. How do you feel about that?
I'm very happy.
Well done. I love this.
Amazing.
I
We'll
love
definitely
this.
be having you back soon, chef.
Fish.
Well done, and thanks to everyone who's definitely made our day a great one, including you, our viewers. We have Mary and the cat to say bye-bye.
I am just flabbergasted. Bread and egusi soup. Mike, seriously, is everything okay?
You have not seen, no? Allowed to tell them.
Well,
Tell them.
Thank you so much for being a part of Wake Up Nigeria today. We really hope you join us again bright and early tomorrow, 7 a.m. Bye.
Bye. Bye.